Hello everyone, Johnny Minder here. And today we are continuing to learn Japanese with Star Fox, Super Famicom game. Yeah, now Star Fox and as is without other additions is also the Switch 2 game, but yeah, too early to play that. But yeah, last time we finished level 2, so yeah, the second route. And so today we'll start level 3, and yeah, the third and final one. So yeah, in a couple, or at most I'd say 3 episodes, there's an extra, as we see, other than all the levels seen on the map. I can say that, but you will see when we get to it. But yeah, without further ado, let's start. Yeah, no loading technically this time because yeah, I saved the state at the end of level 2, but yeah, apparently you can't do anything there. So yeah, we simply press start the game here. Game as usual. And yeah, here we have the map as usual, but yeah, we'll choose level 3 this time. And yeah, so the bottom one, yeah, some pretty famous, you might know already some of the names on of the planets, levels, stages in this game. Shown here because yeah, they're also of course in later games, and these are some of the more famous ones. But yeah, without further ado, let's start with Corneria as usual. Okay, actually we have, yeah, it, I was thinking maybe it will be shorter because we have already seen, but yeah, no, even Corneria has something new here. It makes sense actually because yeah, as we see what it says. Corneria the base as usual, but yeah, here it says then General Pepper says, Kimi ga kono kosu o erabu nara Washi wa nani mo iwan. Then we'll stop there for now. And yeah, first and foremost we have Kimi. Second person singular pronoun you. This is familiar language, you have seen it before. Sometimes considered also male language, but yeah, more in general, simply familiar language. Unaccented. And after that, we simply have the subject particle ga. After that, we have kono, part of the usual ko-so-do series, ko close to both the speaker and the listener. So far from the speaker close to the listener, a far from both, do the interrogative, so I usually an accented, do accent on do itself. With the no, we have the demonstrative adjective, so these or these, in this case singular, based on the context, yeah. Because after that we have kosu, course, from English. We should have seen it. I don't remember if we have straight up seen the term in, for example, in Mario World. I think yes, but I might be confusing it. Regardless, it's simply accented like in English, and yeah, simply course with first and foremost the meaning here as course, as in route, trail, also technical course of study program. And yeah, you might have guessed. So yeah, various meaning of course from English. Object, particle, or written as one pronounced such in careful speech and also singing. Then we have the verb erabu. We've seen it before. I don't remember if also in this very series. It means to choose, to select, should be accented, it is. After it, we have nara. And yeah, we have seen one of the forms of the conditional. This one is the closest, well, it's peculiar in the sense that it's actually the one that's only conditional. We have seen that other ones can also have a temporal meaning, like if, when in English. This one, no, it's straight up conditional. As mentioned before, yeah, it's actually a contraction of nara ba. So yeah, notice the ba of the one of the other forms of the conditional. The nara, you might remember also nari when we mentioned that. But yeah, comes from nari, the classical form, a form of a classical copula. And so yeah, it is to be, the classical term, nowadays in contemporary Japanese used only in certain expressions like the nara we can see here. Is the not yet state irrealis form. Nowadays simply we could call it negative base, consider that its main usage is that. But yeah, in classical Japanese also the base for the conditional, and so yeah, that's why nara ba to then add ba. So yeah, simply if that's the case, can also be used similar to the topic particle wa, written as a ha, but we'll see it again most certainly. Well, actually, I already see it. Unless it's something else, but I don't think so later here. But yeah, literally is more, if that's the case, oh yeah, the focus is more on the conditional, considering that, but yeah. So yeah, he's saying if you chose, then we have to adapt it in English. If you have chosen, maybe better in this case. Then we have washi. We've seen it before, most certainly also in this very series, because yeah, it's the pronoun used by General Pepper, contraction of watashi, the most formal first person singular pronoun I. The more common form is watashi, still slightly formal. It's the fundamental one. But yeah, we have also this further contraction, washi. All these ones are unaccented, by the way. And yeah, technically, in terms of language, used even more importantly by the by elderly. Yeah, we have seen Professor Rock using it in Super Mario Bros. 3, King, pretty sure, and so on. But well, actually, we have already. I was looking after, but yeah, we had after washi, we have wa written as a ha. So yeah, here is the topic particle. So yeah, as for me, after that we have nani. Well, actually nani mo, but let's go in order. Nani, the interrogative pronoun what. This one you might have heard also because of anime and also memes. Accent on the first mora. But when we add the inclusive particle mo after it, also even, we get the corresponding any word. So in the case of nani, we get anything. for example, also for dare, who, dare, mo, anyone. And yeah, more often than not, even though it can be used also with the affirmative, but yeah, its most common usage is with the negative, as we see. So, whatever the verb in the negative says, not anything. Don't, well, better, don't, whatever the verb is, anything. And yeah, that verb in our case here is actually iwan. By the way, yeah, it makes sense that the inclusive particle also even, if you think about it, with those meaning, then it makes sense that you get the corresponding any word. Because yeah, it's inclusive technically. But yeah, the verb is iwan from you. And yeah, this we have even studied the kanji to say. Verb colon verb. Literally ending in u, so actually originally was in pu. And yeah, that's why when we change the u into a, we actually get wa instead, because yeah, it was papi, pupe, po. But then in the middle of words, p became w. So yeah, wa, we, u, that simply fell because it would be too similar. Wu, we, wo. Yeah, the one that actually remains only in contemporary Japanese is the wa. But yeah, so by changing the u into a, we get again, notice like the nara we mentioned above, the tense in a, yeah, also in this case it's in reality it's not yet state form, but yeah, here just as a negative base to then add, in this case, instead of the usual nai, the adjective which means non-existent and usually used to make the negative form of verbs, we have this which is a contraction actually of a negative auxiliary from classical Japanese, but yeah, can find it straight up here as simply. And also notice the similarity technically with nai, at the very least as a mnemonic. But yeah, so here is saying, well, actually, if you have chosen this course, as for me, I'm not saying anything. Well, actually, I think in the sense simply that he has nothing to say, but we see also with the rest of it. Well, he has more to say, but yeah, you got in what sense? Yeah, this is the most difficult level. This is the most difficult course, as he calls also it here. So yeah, for experts. So yeah, it could be in that sense, or maybe also I guess potentially in the sense, okay, you do you, your choice. But yeah. No, I'd say more likely the former, but it could be technically in the latter sense. But yeah. After that, he says, Teki no ura o kaku ni, I'd say wa in this case, technically, my guess would be the topic particle again. But yeah, then let's continue. Yoi sentaku kamo shirenu. Okay, yeah, it makes sense the wa there in that sense also. Okay. But yeah, first let's go in order. Teki, the usual term for enemy. Yeah, we've even studied this kanji. unaccented. More in general can be simply opponent, rival, adversary, but yeah, also straight up enemy. Then we have the possessive particle no, cioè of enemy, of the enemy, better in this case. Then we have ura, which means in this case most likely in the sense simply of rear, back, behind. The fundamental meaning technically of ura, accented on the last mora by the way, means opposite side in various senses. So yeah, also in our case here most likely rear, back, behind. The kanji is actually the one used from which the one with the simplification, the one used in Chinese comes from, so with the meaning inside, lining also, but yeah, because of that. Yeah, other similar meanings, all the fundamental one, as mentioned, yeah, it's the opposite side, and then from that, all those. We have actually seen it before. Yeah, immediately comes to mind in Super Mario World because of the top secret area that actually used the ura in a compound. Should have been uramichi, the term. So literally back lane, well, back street better, but then also by extension unfair, dishonest means. So yeah, it was a wordplay there, unaccented that by the way, wanted to check to repeat it. But yeah, then we have the object particle o. And then we have kaku, which it has several meanings technically, but it is weird here in this. Let me see if I can straight up find the expression just to be sure that. Okay, yeah, I found it, and yeah, it's an expression because it's weird. Kaku would be my guess because there are several verbs. It's a verb here, clearly, considering the context. We have immediately before it the object particle, and also the rest, as we see. The most common one nowadays would be the one to write, but it doesn't make sense here. Another one is the one which on its own means to scratch, or also to perspire. I'm still not sure exactly why that's the case, but in that case, for the latter sense, it's usually combined with literal with the term sweat, ase o kaku. But yeah, so literally the meaning would be to scratch the back. But yeah, it's an expression that means to outwit, to outsmart, to counterplot, to defeat. Also to pierce something all the way through, but yeah, no, in our case here figuratively that to outwit, to outsmart. So yeah, we have this expression here. After it, we have the particle ni, to. And yeah, in this case, actually, in the sense, in order to, for, we could also say, so with a final meaning. Then we have the topic particle y again. So yeah, as for doing that, better we could keep it technically like that already, perfect. But yeah. Then we have yoi. We have seen it before. I don't remember if also in this series straight up. Yoi is the adjective. Is the form used mostly nowadays on its own. Yoi is usually comes out when conjugating it. We have to pass through it for to do that. But it can be found also as is, especially in contexts like this one. We could say could be somewhat formal despite being technically in plain speech, because it's still it's general pepper is a general military, so because of that could also be some to mimic that it's somewhat old-fashioned in a way, but yeah, yoi is actually still used also. Wanted to see accented regardless. Wanted to see if it mentions straight up those aspects. No, I can't find it there. But yeah, then we have sentaku. Don't remember if I've seen it in this series, but yeah, it's a Chinese compound in the sense as usual of the smaller ones, the more common ones of two kanji. Yeah, while sentaku can have different meanings, not the one for laundry, clearly, considering the context. Yeah, no, this is the one for choice, selection, option. Both unaccented, so you can distinguish them by the accent. Makes sense since that's the most common accent for Chinese compounds. Simply by the context, but yeah, it's pretty easy here. After that, we have kamo, shirenu. Yeah, it's actually an expression. We have seen it before, not exactly conjugated like this, but not, I don't think in this series. First and foremost, we have the interrogative particle ka, also used, and this is quite important here, as the if used in English with indirect quotations. So yeah, as we'll see, I don't know. Better, we'll see exactly what when it comes up here, but yeah, if technically it's because of this, but it doesn't stop there, because after it we have the inclusive particle mo, again also even. So yeah, I don't even know if, literally. And yeah, after that we have the verb shirenu, from shiru, that on its own we have seen, don't remember if also in this series. Unaccented means to know, better to get to know technically. Yeah, more in general we could say to know. I'm saying get to know technically because on its own usually it's used when someone does know something in the teiru form, because it's a continuing action or state, well, state in this case. But let's ignore it. Doesn't matter for us now. I wanted to incidentally mention it. Okay, so to know, u verb colon verb. So we can change the u into e, and then add ru, can be see the ru because of further conjugation, to make the potential form of the verb. So I can know. After that, the potential form is a ru verb, it's a verb, so we can drop the ru. to make, in this case, actually, the irreality not the state form, the negative base of the verb, to then add this nu, and yeah, this is another form of this negative from classical Japanese. So actually, simply cannot know. Can know, literally, even if. So yeah, this expression, kamo shirenai, usually found like that in plain speech. So yeah, simply with the na instead of this nu. In polite speech, kamo shiremasen. Often also straight up shortened with kamo. But yeah, so the meaning, considering literally means, as mentioned, cannot even know if, and then the quotation technically, simply then we could say it means may, might, perhaps, maybe, possibly. Yeah, it's usually used for something that could be one way or could be the other, around a 50-50. Yeah, so we have that. So the full translation here is simply by adapting, literally, I can't know, I can't even know if, but again, actually in the sense of it, perhaps, possibly, it could be a good choice. As for, actually the wa, in this case, technically, since the verb is in the negative, wa is also one of its usage of the topic particle that is with negative verbs, because technically you put more the focus on the verb, on what's said after the wa, because the topic particle, technically what's before it is given information, already known information. So yeah, puts more the focus on the rest and on the negative. But yeah, could be for that actually in the sense. But yeah, then we have, so yeah, it could be a good choice to, and we have the ni, outwit the enemies. So yeah, literally scratch the back of the enemies, as we have seen that expression. But yeah, after that, last but not least, he says, Kento o inoru foksukun. Oh yeah, first and foremost, we have Kento. You might have already guessed based on its pronunciation. It's a Chinese compound. There are more than one. Yeah, I mentioned only some of the most common ones, and then the one actually used here. One of the most common ones is consideration, examination, investigation, and so on. No, doesn't particularly make sense here, technically unaccented, by the way. Kento, another one. This one actually a weird one, accented on the on to. So not one of the most of the typical accents for Chinese compounds, which are either an accented or accented on the first more. No, this one is accented on the to. So technically, the accent can stay on the u, which is actually simply the long vowel for o. So on the to, kento. That one means estimate, guess, conjecture, and so on. But yeah, no, the one that makes the most sense here, I'd say, is kento another unaccented one, so more typical, which means fighting bravely. Yeah, literally it uses the kanji for healthy, then by extension actually technically also strength, but yeah, persistence, but yeah, the fundamental meaning would be healthy, as we see in other compounds. To is actually the kanji we have studied before, with the meaning to fight, not the most common one for also with the strictly Japanese reading tatakau, but another kanji is used with for that more commonly, but yeah, it's that. So literally healthy, but yeah, more actually as in persistent, as we said in the one of the persistence, and so persistent fight. So yeah, the meaning of this kento is fighting bravely, strenuous efforts. And yeah, that will make the most sense here. Then we have the object particle o. Yeah, it's a noun. Then we have inoru, yeah, a verb, which means to pray. And then by extension, of course, to wish, to hope. The accent of it, I think, yes, it is accented. And yeah, after that, actually the sentence would stop there, but then General Pepper simply adds the usual calling Foxu-kun, and yeah, we've already seen it before, only as a reminder that, yeah, uses the kun as the suffix after the name of a male of equal or lower status. There's also the usage with female names, but more often than not used with male names, but we have already mentioned that. So here is saying, I pray for, implied we could say, your fighting bravely, strenuous efforts. Yeah, Fox. Fox-kun here. But yeah. So yeah, with that, we can finally go back to the game and start this level.
Good luck.
Yeah, get a good luck also. Scramble, since it's the start of this level, of this course, as they call, General Pepper called it. And yeah, as I thought, yeah, the usual war aircraft report, this should be, yeah, the usual stuff they're saying. But notice the color, yeah, it's not morning, it's not the day, it's task, we could say, towards based on the color. And yeah, so there's also that difference at I don't remember if a straight up, I think it kind of looks like it's different also compared to, but yeah, it's been some time since we last tackled some episodes, so yeah, I'm not completely sure. Let me see. Okay, no. I tried doing that, but yeah, I should have waited simply. Or at most actually use the brake or the boost later. That way I actually went straight up into that, but not promising because yeah, this is the most difficult one, we'll see. I most definitely will need to rewind, but let's hope not too much. Let's get this. But this is still Corneria at the end, so still relatively, still pretty easy even here. Someone, an enemy on Sleepy's tail here, of course. me see if I can save him. Okay, there I did it. Late, so he actually got defeated, lost a good amount of health, not the best. But oh well. I do think there are several differences here. I don't remember if we had seen this from Falco. Yeah, let's quickly check it. Maybe yes. I don't remember if it was also in Corneria. Yeah, it's pretty easy anyway, so we'll quickly check it. He says, Attacco Caria wa Moratta ze. So yeah, we have attack career from English. Notice again the doubling of the consonant of attack, unlike English. Chia for the sound ke from English, with the k and g sound consonants. Otherwise, yeah, no, they don't do that in Japanese, but yeah, with those, they add this small ya, so kya, gya, to mimic that sound. Attack, and yeah, luckily attacco, also in Japanese. And then at the end, a long a, because yeah, in Japanese they don't have the sound, so they go for the closest vowel. And also the longer, make it longer, similar to English varieties that don't have those sounds. The typical car becomes car. I don't think I'll find career. I don't remember if we have seen it before, but yeah, I wanted to. Yeah, no, I find the other one. Career shortened simply for career. Accent on the first more that one. But yeah, we have the topic particle wa, moratta from morau, verb become verb, so we can, following the rules, again, verbs straight up, this one would end in u, so actually was in pu, so to make the ta form, double consonant ta, because originally morapita, we change the u into i to make the contractive form morapita, to morapi, to then add the ta, make the ta form, but then the if and morapta, difficult to pronounce, so double consonant. Morau, to receive, yeah, so received in the past, here with the ta form, past form of the verb in plain speech. Last but not least, the final sentence particle se, yeah, the usual one we've seen for Falco. Better, more language, as life force or emphasis, if not straight up. Threatening or ironic. Yeah, so he's saying here that he got, presume he got, well, as for the attack career, well, not carrier in this case actually, but he got it. Yeah, we'll see. I don't remember if I had seen this, to be completely honest, but yeah, it was so short that made more sense to start check. But yeah, luckily there was that 2 heal there. Otherwise we would have been taken just damage. There are those carrying that we can't do. Yeah, you have to be careful also not to hit the ground. And yeah, notice how much easier it is anyway to get hit here. Okay, interesting. We have these instead of the usual boss. Yeah, you might remember that in the other, in Corneria, the day version, when they're flying aircraft, when they're flying thing, I don't remember its name, even though we have seen it at the end of the credits, luckily. Funny enough, that actually is the one, or at the very least is quite similar to one found also in Star Fox 64. Yeah, no, here we have a kind of like a tank. Yeah, no, this one is quite different also from compared to that game. But yeah, to defeat it, here we clearly have to hit its these parts. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, we'll see the similarities and differences compared to with Star Fox 64 compared to this game. Well, not with the remake anytime soon, because yeah. As you have seen during... Okay, no, I'll keep it like this for now. As soon as I say it, then I get a hit. That's with like this. Should actually use more of that. Okay, let's actually go back a lot here to hear more. Okay, with this we can destroy the part and we have more health this time. We destroyed that at the top, perfect. But yeah, we're not playing the remake anytime soon, as you have seen also during the direct. Well, the direct, the dedicated one, and also in general one. Yeah, there are uses kanji, so yeah, no. I'm not sure Star Fox 64 the original, if it does, but yeah, more likely that we'll play that before, anyway. But yeah, we have defeated the boss. And so yeah, stage 1 clear. Oh yeah, the usual stuff I'd say here, but yeah, we cleared the stage. Perfect. Oh yeah, after that we have Asteroid as the next one. I'd say it makes more sense to take the usual break right now, so that when we get back, yeah, we have more time then. And then we'll start this stage. Could say the same as the other Asteroid belt it was called in-game in the first level, but yeah, it might not be the case considering as we have seen the different dialogue for Corneria. But yeah, see you in around 5 minutes, most likely slightly less, for the continuation here. And we are back. And yeah, so we can continue. And tackle this asteroid. Yeah, most likely still asteroid belt. And yeah, it is. Let's take the screenshot and actually try to compare it just to be sure with the previous one. Yeah, it was straight up the second. I noticed we had actually a lot in the middle there. But yeah, no, this, as you can see here, we had the first screenshots, also with the whole training there. So it's this one. Okay, I also got a video there. Yeah, as I suspected, this one simply says Foxconn. As for the Andorf army, the army of Andorf, Andros, they are establishing a base in this region. Please, actually, destroy. Do me the favor of destroying Rock Crusher. No, please, because it's in plain speech. But yeah, this one, yeah, straight up as starts with Tekiwa, Arayuru Mono o Hanekaesu Senkan o Kaihatsu Shita Yoda. Okay, straight up, completely different. So yeah. Yeah. First and foremost, it says Tekiwa. Yeah, well, Teki again, enemy, enemies. Topic particle wa. So as for the enemy, or the enemies, the enemy more in general could also work. Then we have this Arayuru. I don't remember if I've ever seen it before, this term. I don't think so. It's a weird word, technically. I want to see if I can find... Because yeah, in practice, it works like an adjective, with the meaning all, every. But based on its form, I want to see if I can straight up find it in Wiktionary to explain its origin. And yeah, it's you can tell from the ara at the start. And actually, well, nowadays it's usually written with using kana alone anyway. But it could use technically a completely different kanji simply with for the meaning all. Well, commonplace on its own, that kanji actually. But can also use the kanji for aru. Yeah. Because yeah, clearly the term itself comes from aru, the verb, which means to be, as in to exist, of inanimate things, so objects, concepts, and so on. We change the u into a, so technically would be the usual conjugation, but then we have this yuru. Yeah, it's a form, so you can actually of a conjugation in classical, if not straight up, actually old Japanese, actually. But yeah, without literally it would be the attributive form. Reminder that in classical Japanese, well, in older Japanese in general, the attributive form was distinguished from the terminal, also dictionary nowadays, form. In contemporary Japanese, only certain expressions still use a distinct attributive form for the verbs, adjectives, and so on. But yeah, so it's the attributive form actually of the passive form of aru. Well, aru actually would be, should be ari, I think, originally. But yeah. I actually straight up ceased to be used this passive marker a, ye, in early Middle Japanese. So actually, except for this expression here and another one which we'll see in the future, iwayuru, and except for those and in kanbun. But yeah, actually, early Middle Japanese, so yeah, it ceased to be used except for these fossilized forms, even in what we now consider classical Japanese. So yeah, technically, we have a passive form as mentioned in the attributive. So with this passive, it's kind of weird, but from the simply the without making it more complex, from the meaning of this of the verb aru, to be seen to exist, you can see why it becomes every, all. And then being the attributive is used like an adjective before a noun modifying it. So yeah. This is the origin of that, more complex, but yeah, luckily it's this euro, this form, this passive marker, luckily it's is found only in these two expressions nowadays, these two terms in contemporary Japanese. Good. But yeah, simply so nowadays, all, every. Then we have mono. Simply, I'd say here, thing. Yeah, we have studied this kanji. We have studied also the kanji of the other mono. More used as a suffix technically for person in that case. Even though still clearly comes from the term mono, which means things, objects. All things. Object particle o. Then we have hanekaesu. A verb. Again, notice that we immediately before it had the object particle, the object of the sentence, and you might have noticed that in Japanese, don't think I've actually explicitly mentioned it before. The typical order in Japanese, we have subject, object, verb. Yeah, you have seen it in practice anyway. So yeah, unless there's something in the middle, yeah, usually when you see the object, then we have the verb. So yeah. But yeah, hanekaesu, a compound verb. From haneru, which I think we have seen before, or at least I mentioned it. Accented, it means to jump, as in to leap, to prance, to spring up. We've seen the other verb, technically I'd say more common for to jump, which is tobu, but then also means to fly, as we have seen. But yeah. Yeah. It's I'd say here as in the sense to bounce, but we'll see why in a second. Root verb is a verb, so we can simply drop the root to make the conjunctive form and then attach the second verb part of the compound. Kaesu. Actually, kaesu. The accent moves because we consider ae as a diphthong. Not always, and so there are actually for other verbs the alternative forms. For kaeru, for example, on the e, the accent instead of the a. Yeah, it depends. But yeah, kaesu, accented. On its own means to return something, to restore, to put back. Other extended meanings, but yeah, the fundamental one is to return, to put back, and so on. So, by combining these two verbs, we get two meanings technically. I'd say, well, one, the first one mentioned would be to reject, to repulse, to repel, even though I think this is the extended one, because the second one, to bounce back, yeah, notice the bounce, which is hane, and the back from kaesu. But yeah, in the sense, then by extension, actually, as in to counterattack, to strike back. Although in this sense, I think maybe we are simply, it's simply in the sense to repel, but we'll see based on the rest of the sentence when we translate it. After it, we have senkan, which should be a noun, a Chinese compound also, even just based on its structure. But yeah, so we have a relative clause, as usual, yeah. Refer to this senkan and put before it and modifying it. Senkan, we have actually seen it before in this very series. Yeah, it's the usual one for battleship. Unsurprisingly, we have seen it before in this game. Unaccented as usual for those Chinese compounds. Then we have the object particle o. Then we have kaihatsu. Kaihatsu is another Chinese compound. This one means development, cultivation, application, also exploitation of resources, unaccented. A noun as mentioned, but yeah, we can then turn it into a verb by adding suru as usual for this. Literally to do development or whichever the sense, to develop then simply. Suru completely unaccented, completely regular. So we turn it, its conjunctive form is she, and then we simply attach that with that. That form, past form of the verb. After it, yo, which we have already seen technically now, so it would be another relative clause. More in general, it's a grammatical structure nowadays considered simply. Yo means form, style, design, way, method, and so on. But yeah, when found here at the end of a sentence, more often than not, yeah, it's this expression which means it seems, by extension from those meaning, it appears that it seems. And yeah, being a noun, after it we have the copula da in plain speech. So yeah, the translation here should be as for the enemy, it seems it's well, the enemies in general, they are developing, would be my guess, considering the object there, a battleship that repels, as we said, for Hanekaesu, all things. Yeah, so yeah, quite the weapon, quite the battleship they're developing. And then, after that, General Pepper says, Torakta biimu ni tsukamattara LR botan de dashutsu seyo. Yeah, well, first and foremost, straight up Torakta beam, yeah, from English, tractor beam. Don't think I straight up find that. Oh, okay, found it actually. Torakta, tractor, the accent is like in English, so yeah, on the ra. Torakta. And then bimu. I think this we might have seen before. But I don't remember its accent. Okay, simply like in English, so yeah, on the B. Most likely becoming a compound here, we would keep, as we have seen the tendency, if not straight up rule, we keep the second one, so yeah, the B of bimu. Torakta bimu. Then we have the particle ni, by, in this case, we'll see why in a second. Because yeah, we have tsukamattara as the verb. Tsukamaru, a verb, technically an intransitive verb, but notice the aru again, yeah, and we'll see as also the meanings in a second. Yeah, there's also the verb tsukamu, which is transitive. Tsukamu means to catch, usually with a different kanji. I think we have seen this before, accented. Tsukamaru, the intransitive to be caught. Other similar meanings from that. So actually the one in aru is a classical form of the passive. And being that originally not just an intransitive verb, you can see then why we have ni as the particle with the meaning by, so yeah, the agent of the action. Cioè, by the tractor beam be caught. But yeah, tsukamaru, verb and verb, should still be accented. No, okay, actually, it becomes unaccented, weirdly enough, despite clearly the origin there. So be careful about that. But yeah, tsukamaru, verb and verb. So we can then, to make that a form, we have to follow the rules. It's in rules, so it becomes, originally became, we changed the U into I, make the continuative form, tsukamari-ta, then to add the ta, but then they fell, tsukamarta, difficult to pronounce, double consonant ta, as usual. Ta form of the verb, but it doesn't stop there, in this case, because we had then the ra. And yeah, ra, tara is another form of the conditional. Notice again that this the a at the end And yeah, it's like in Nara, so yeah, that's why it's conditional. Originally, clearly, an irrealis not yet state form of the verb. So yeah, that, because of that. But yeah, this one nowadays also used in a temporal meaning, potentially if when. And again, since it's based still on the form of the verb, the focus is on the action of that verb having happened before something else can happen. So if you have been caught by the tractor beam, and are botan, again, we've seen it before, also in this very series, botan comes from actually the Portuguese term botão, button. So it's similar to English because of that, but it's the difference is because it's actually from Portuguese. Also unaccented. So be careful. L or R button. Particle de, so yeah, with. Then we have the term dashutsu, yeah, another Chinese compound, which means escape, getting away, getting out, unaccented. By the way, the shutsu is the kanji we have studied with the meaning to exit. Yeah, you can see why come, go, get out, to exit. Deru is strictly Japanese reading, but yeah, you can see why then. But yeah, escape, a noun technically, as usual for these Chinese compounds. We can turn it into a verb by adding suru. But here we have the imperative form se yo. And yeah, as we have seen, ru verbs, Ichian verbs, and also kuru. Also suru, I wanted to say, the one we see here, have two imperative forms in plain speech. The spoken one, and so actually more common nowadays, is shiro in ro. But yeah, we have this written, more formal, technically, one in yo, and yeah, it's seiyo in the case of suru. If I recall correctly, the accent was on seiyo, so on the se. I can quickly check it. Because yeah, it's been some time, yeah, I got the physical dictionary. It's been some time since we have checked the accent of these, of the imperative forms, these ones. We have seen these, by the way, this seiyo also in, well, in other series. I think maybe also this one before. But yeah, I think we checked it, the accents, when we played. We found it, and in Metroid, the first game. Yeah, so it's been a while. Let me quickly find all these. Okay, not here. Not these forms, which are other forms of the verb. Okay, not with these, but with, I found technically the verbs. I think it might be earlier. Let me quickly check. Or at worst, I could technically look it up in the online dictionary and see it from there, but yeah. if I recall correctly, the accent... Okay, I found it. Yeah, the rule is usually... Even for unaccented verbs, so like in our case here, the accent on the ro, for the ro form, so yeah, shiro in our case for suru, and before yo in the case of the form in yo, seyo. In the case of accented verbs, luckily, and yeah, by the way, kuru only has the complete irregular in that case form for the imperative koi, accent on the ko. I can mention that incidentally. But yeah, with accented verbs, we don't have that change. So yeah, it's always accented before. Well, actually, there is a change. Can be a change for the yo, but not necessarily. It should be before either, or even further on the third to last mora for the yo. But honestly, you could keep it immediately before ro or yo to make it more easier. Yeah, so seyo. So yeah, the translation here is if you have been caught, as mentioned, by the tractor beam, escape, literal do escape, so yeah, escape with the L or R button. Oh yeah, so we have checked that. And we can start playing this level, this stage.
Good luck.
Although... Okay, here, actually, I think Peppy says something new, so let's check that out. Yeah, because I don't think we have seen this Zoro Zoro, Zoro Zoro to, oide nasatta zo. And yeah, we have an onomatopoeia, Zoro Zoro. Should be accent on the first more as usual. Yes, it is for these onomatopoeias. But yeah, first, its meanings are, well, in a crowd, well, actually, in succession, in droves, in a stream. For insects crawling, swarming. Then also technically dragging, trailing well, along the ground. But yeah, here I'd say most likely in the meaning of in a crowd, swarming. After it, the to, so literally simply would be the quoting particle. We could translate it as with, which is also the other meaning of that particle, with, and before it a quotation. But yeah, then actually consider simply an adverb. But yeah, literally, we are quoting the particle in Japanese. Then we have oide. We have seen it before in another series. Not here for sure, but in Zelda 2, for example. Technically comes from the verb ideru, to go, to come, can mean either, depending on the context. It's honorific, more specifically respectful language. More often than not, well, actually, practically always, that's how I've always seen it, and yeah, I don't think it's used as is nowadays in Japanese. It's usually we use ideru, which, by the way, uses the kanji for deru. And yeah, this is technically it's an older form of it. And you can see then why it has this meanings to go to come. But yeah, root verb is a verb. We drop the root. Also added, so technically make the continuative form used as the corresponding noun. Also with the honorific prefix. Makes sense considering that it's an honorific respectful language. Cioè, coming, going. Also, technically being, says the dictionary. Yeah, then also used as an expression for please come, go, or stay. But yeah, actually, would be an abbreviation of oide nasai in that case. Adding nasaru, which is the honorific respectful form of the verb suru, to do. So again, in that case, we would make it's a verb going verb, but as the peculiarity, like some other honorific verbs, that its continuative form it becomes I, because originally, most certainly, we changed the U into I, nasari. But then the R fell in this case, so only they remain nasai. And there then actually implied a masse, so the imperative form of mas, the auxiliary used for polite forms of verbs. But yeah, in our case here, we don't have that. We have nasaru in its form. And yeah, so again, verb and verb in ru, so it becomes double consonant ta. So yeah, oide nasaru. We literally simply put, we have oide, which is the word more used, more than the verb ideru nowadays. We add the honorific respectful form of suru, nasaru, and then conjugate that. Cioè literally do coming, going, staying. Well, in our case, coming. Last but not least, we have the final sentence particle zo. Later, more language adds force or indicates command. But yeah, let's say more in this case force. We could say simply emphasis. But yeah, weirdly enough, here Pepe is using an honorific expression. Could be in an ironic sense. I'd say that would make more sense. But yeah, literally saying that most likely they, as in the enemies, are coming in succession and so on. So yeah, great start for this stage. Well, actually, maybe not even the... if not, the enemies could also be technically the asteroids in the asteroid belt, but we'll see. Okay, no, I have stepped up. Okay, let's be careful. I have to be to particularly mind that these the asteroids might have already missed. Okay, don't think. Okay, it's the colored one, not the yellowish ones. I think the other ones don't seem to be destroyable. I have to be careful about those because we have to destroy a particular one. Maybe I remember that it should be a bigger one, and I've checked it also before. Not today, but okay, no, I think it's those really big ones there, like this one. but I couldn't do anything apparently. Maybe it wasn't that one. By the way, I haven't paid attention to what our teammates are saying, but this one I've seen that it was the usual stuff. Yeah, also those, the usual quotes by Sleepy. So yeah, no, I think we're fine. There, Peppy hurting. And oh, sorry, but I am have to pay attention here to this stuff. The stuff going around. I think it said that it was on the right. Okay, I think it's one of those if we can destroy it. Okay, no. By doing that, we get destroyed ourselves. Okay, let me... you know, those big ones don't seem to be destroyable. But I really would like to show it, so let me quickly check. And we'll keep it there in case we have to rewind. At worst, we can die, and so technically restart the this stage. Okay. And now destroying the second large asteroid, says the one on the right. Okay. But no, those don't seem to do anything. And by doing that, okay, let's restart from the very start here. And now this I would really like to show because it's something particular. So we could technically, not sure if we'll have the time for that. There I think Peppy asked us to rescue him, but I wasn't. Not that. You know, the bomb did nothing there. With these ones, I'm destroying those. Okay, let me get these the lasers here. Useful in general, and even more so if we want to have a chance here. And no, it really looks like we can't destroy that. Okay, let me look it up also elsewhere. Okay. Okay, now let me actually straight up check it. Yeah, we have I think some issues, but bear with me for a second. Okay. I'm straight up looking it up. As in straight up looking it. Okay, that... no, it is straight up one of the big asteroids. Okay, you shoot that, and yeah. Okay, and somehow you can destroy it. Really weird. So yeah, I think the issue here is that, yeah, I wasn't getting the correct one. Yeah, let's restart here. Okay. Sleep as usual. Okay, let's ignore those. Easier said than done also with this. Okay, not this one. Okay, should be this one. Easier said than done without... Okay, I did it. Finally. Yeah, there's that bird. As you can see, yeah, looks like a bird here. And yeah, by flying into it. But let me actually do a certain thing before, because yeah, otherwise we would have an issue here. Okay, I think, let me see if I can, even though I have activated it, if we can avoid it. Yeah, we can simply avoid it. So honestly, that's perfect. Let's save after having activated it. So yeah, like here. Okay, perfect. I saved my state here, you see why. And then yeah, we can actually fly into it. And do what I was doing. And yeah, by doing that, you get here, which is one of, well, the only technically alternative route in this game. Yeah, you get sent here. You can choose it. Out of this dimension. Oh yeah, let's check it out. Luckily it's short. The quote-unquote briefing, because yeah, actually Pepper here says let me do this though first. Sorry, a second. Okay, perfect. So that we hopefully won't have the issues after checking those. Oh yeah, first and foremost, Fox-kun, again, so yeah, calling Fox. Then straight up calling Fox. Suspension dots. Awin, Itai, doko e kiete shimatta no da. Suspension dots. And yeah, so first and foremost, Awin, sorry, the Arwing. Itai, literally combines the Chinese compound, the one, the kanji for one, ichi here, then gets contracted because of the following tai, of the following te. So it tai, tai, we have seen, we haven't studied this kanji, well, not even of the kanji for one, we really have to do that sooner rather than later, not sure when. But yeah, tai is the kanji for body, literally one body, but its meaning So yeah, one object, one body is its original meaning. Nowadays, more often than not, actually used as an adverb with the meaning what the heck, why in the world, and so on. And yeah, before an interrogative, forms an emphatic question. So in our case here we have doko, do, part of the Kosovo do series, with go, place, so which place, we can simply say then where, accented like on do as usual, so doko, high-low. Then we have e written as he, as the particle to, towards, kiete, from kieru, to disappear, to vanish, to go out of sight, and so on, to disappear, the fundamental meaning. Well, it can also be used then as in to go out of a firelight, to turn off. Notice that this is the intransitive. Reminder that the transitive is kesu. You might remember that we have seen it before, to erase, to rub out, to delete, also to turn off a light, TV, and so on. This is the intransitive, still an accent like kesu, kieru. Ru verb is some verb, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form and then simply attach the te to make the te form. In this case, the form required because then we had shimau, a verb which on its own means to end, to finish. On its own also has the meaning to put away, as we have seen in our other current lesson Japanese with series Pokemon Fire Red, for example. But after the form of a verb, it adds the meanings, well, the fundamental one, from the fundamental ones to finish, to end. We have to finish as in to do completely, the verb of that in the te form, or even more common, to end up doing accidentally, and so on, to do accidentally, the verb in the te form. Shimau, another verb, straight up in U, so actually its the form then becomes double consonant ta, as already mentioned. Then last but not least, no da, and the usual no da expression, no the nominalizer for verbs, thing as in fact, da the copula in plain speech, so literally it is that, the fact is that, the explanation is that, and so on. Here is saying where the heck has the Arwin disappeared, where literally it disappeared to, in Japanese, where. In English then we adapt it like that. And then, after the other suspension dots, we have CORNERIA o amotte cure. CORNERIA, again, CORNERIA, as we have already seen before. Object particle o. Mamotte cure, mamoru. Which we should have seen in this very series, because it means to protect. Actually, we should have straight up seen this expression, this part of the sentence, CORNERIA o mamoru, if not straight up mamotte cure, mamoru accented, to protect, to guard, to defend. U verb con a verb, in Russo it becomes double consonant te. After that we have cure, a verb of giving, cureru, to give to the speaker or someone close to the speaker. After the form of a verb, do the action, do the favor to the speaker or someone close to the speaker of doing the action of the verb in te. Kureru, verb is some verb, but has the peculiarity that its imperative form is kure. So yeah, simply by dropping the ru. Yeah, that's not how you usually conjugate those. As you have seen, already mentioned, yeah, we usually have those for ru verbs, some verbs adding ro or yo. So yeah, irregular. So here he's saying literally do the favor of protecting, defending Corneria. But yeah, so actually more than a briefing here, General Pepper is trying to contact Fox, but he's not able to because yeah, it disappeared. The Arwing disappeared. Yeah, so we can go back to the game.
Good luck.
Still says that good luck there. And yeah, we have this really weird stage here. We'll see how it goes, yeah. With these moons, whatever these are, with faces. We have to be careful to avoid to not get defeated here by the... If you can get defeated. I'm not sure if you can get defeated by these. My guess would be yes, but I thought I had taken damage, but apparently not. Oh yeah, for now, yeah. Doesn't seem like we are making progress, but at the same time, as you have seen, these enemies are appearing and are destroying them, apparently. Also with this music. Okay, no, yeah, you can take damage. I'm surprised, unless I somehow healed and I didn't realize at first. Oh boy. Let's be careful about these coming enemies on top. But yeah, eventually, not sure when exactly, because yeah, I've seen it, but yeah, I don't remember. We should get to a certain point. Oh, straight up, yeah, there should be a boss. And yeah, even that one is really weird. I hope we'll be able to do it fast enough, but unfortunately that's beyond my control, as we'll see why. Okay, let's see if we can destroy this before they defeat us. Okay, no, another one there. Okay, please tell me that we are getting... Oh, okay, there it is. And yeah, it's... we'll see it even better now. It's a slot machine. So yeah. Yeah, we should... yeah, I hit... I'm not if I straight up had to hit that myself, but... after that, we should... okay, no, or it's straight up happening. Yeah, if I recall correctly, and also based on what I've seen... okay, no. Can turn it there. Yeah, notice that there is also Andros' face on it. Yeah, you have to be careful about what you get, because yeah, it shoots also enemies at you if you get certain combinations. let's be more careful here. Starting from here. Okay. Hey, I noticed the music. Yeah, really weird stage. I hope I'll be able to defeat it. To see what happens after. Although, again, yeah, it's a slot machine. And I think you have to get 777. So yeah, easier said than done. Okay, at least with that, I think we should get some good things here. Yeah, we are. Let's actually get them. It shoots some coins here, which actually heal you, as you might have noticed. Okay, yeah, you have to hit that to activate it. Yeah, then you straight up don't stop it yourself. So yeah, even more so. Got some stars. Okay. Okay, that didn't. Okay, when it does nothing, it stays like that, and you have to hit it again. Okay, let's get more coins and here. But yeah, I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it. So again, it's straight up luck based, this one. In a timely manner, but we tried. Yeah, I would like to show what happens after. Oh boy, yeah, we got some Ender's faces, and yeah, as you could easily guess, that's when it starts shooting at you. The missiles and also some straight up projectiles. Okay, yeah. Okay, no, I don't want that, because the only thing that luckily seems to be happening, well, not with these, is that you can keep certain spots locked if you shoot them. Yeah, no, we don't want to keep this locked though. Okay, not even that. Yeah, let's activate. Okay, the next time when we get a 7, hopefully, yeah, no, not here. Yeah, more enemies. I hope we'll be able to pass it. Oh boy, I know. Let's actually try testing it while we're at it here. To see if it's already predetermined that result. No, okay, it isn't. No, okay, it was. Unless it's a coincidence that we still got 2 heads. Okay, we have to be careful here about these missiles. They're shooting less so because we can roll. Okay. Please a 7. Nope. Okay, but we do get some coins, so healing, nice. Actually, a lot of coins here, nice. Okay. Okay, we got a 7. Let's try to lock it in here. Perfect. So yeah, there's that saving grace. Even though, as you have seen, the buttons aren't always activated, so there's also that, unfortunately. Oh boy. Let's actually retry it here then. We can try making it play in our favor like this with rewind. Yeah, otherwise it would be quite a pain. And no, here we got Andros. Okay, let's shoot it again then. Yeah, with rewind we should be able to tackle it. To do it in a more timely manner here. No, we don't need that as a result. Let's see if it's possible even with this rewinding to get. But it does seem that it's straight up random, this. So we got different results. Let's see if it's possible to get another 7. If we got 2 of them... no, okay, we keep on getting this. I wonder if that then is fixed. That is between that and the Andros face. Okay, no, that again. 2 of... okay, I don't think that it was 2 of them though. Let's see. We might be simply getting pretty unlucky here. Well, or technically you have to get lucky to get 7s. Okay, we can stop that, but I unfortunately think we don't get to stop that other 7 then. Yeah, okay. This is quite a predicament here. Yeah, that means you have to get the 2 remaining 7s at once. Which, yeah, is easier said than done here. Okay, although... yeah, we can lock this again. Let's see if this changes anything. I have doubts. Okay, another 7. Oh, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately then, even with that, we can't lock those again, apparently. So, you know, let's rewind. Ooh, okay, no, that was my mistake. I didn't deactivate it. Here we can lock it again. Yeah, oh boy. Doing this without a rewind would be such a pain. It's already a pain as is. Okay, we can lock both 7s. Okay, we are gold. Here we have simply to fish for the by rewinding for the last 7, and we should be done with this. Okay, no, let's rewind. Perfect. Let's activate it. Let's see. Okay, nope. Let's rewind after locking these 2. So yeah, funny enough, with all the war going on on Corneria and the other planets, and yeah, here Fox got sent here and is technically gambling with slot machines, well, forced to do this. So yeah, tragic, but at the same time also funny in more senses than one. See if we can get finally the 7. Nope, we got straight up Andros there. But yeah, with this we should be able to do it. Okay, finally. And we got these. Don't remember if we straight up have all the coins here. Okay, I don't think I had to shoot. Let's actually try doing this. Okay, we got the 7s here. I'm not shooting. I think it straight up explodes on its own. Here, let's get the coins in case we need them. I don't think we will need them. Yeah, no, it straight up explodes on its own when you get the 777. And you get the credits. So yeah, this is technically an ending. And yeah, a bad ending. An alternative ending, but yeah, technically a bad ending, as we have seen. Fox disappeared, got sent here. Pepper tried to contact him, but clearly wasn't able to. And yeah, Fox got stuck here. Funny enough, getting more senses than one gambling with that slot machine boss. And yeah, we got straight up the credits. So yeah, technically today we have finished level 3, but yeah, not actually, not in the way you should finish it. But yeah, so we got this. Yeah, we'll still go through the credits. I think we might still have time to at least finish stage 2 of the level 3 properly. Yeah, not not the bird this time, not get sent out of this dimension. But yeah, really weird, but also yeah, it's an interesting secret. Yeah. Notice that also the end here is not put properly. I think I can get it. I don't remember if something happens when. Notice that we are also attacked here. Let's be careful. Okay, no. Here, okay, the T. Okay, I think I actually did it, but then it got destroyed. Okay, yeah, unfortunately there are also those causing issues. I don't remember if getting them properly does anything, but yeah, no, straight up is still the end anyway. I tried one more time here. Okay, no, not that. Although I don't think it was me. Yeah, no, it wasn't me. It was the enemy. And there they also destroyed. Yeah, no, I think this might go, might continue forever. If that isn't the case, oh well, but you know, it shouldn't. Anyway, we should be stuck here. Also consider the end, and yeah, again. Also because, yeah, that's the purpose of this ending anyway. That I know for sure. Okay, we got that. I know. We are lacking the T now. Okay, let's destroy that enemy. Okay, let's see if we can tackle it in time here. Okay, no. Please turn around properly. Okay, we got it. So I can quickly show that. Okay, no, this time we got it for sure, but then it came back. So yeah. Let's load our save state. Ignore the bird this time. Let's be careful not to fly into it. Sorry, Peppy, but yeah. We would lose a fox otherwise. And if that happens, goodbye. Okay, let's here. Ooh, get those lasers. Yeah, no, I'm rewinding. as much as needed here. Both to survive and get the power-ups. Let's hope we can heal sooner rather than later here. Okay. Yeah, actually there's these... oh yeah, let's properly end this stage. Okay, let's get that though. Please and thank you. Have much chances. But yeah, after see who what the boss of this stage actually is. We saved the Falco, at least. Nice. I suspect we might again have another situation where we are left like in level 1 only with Falco. I'm pretty sure was the case. And yeah, I'm not sure because we have seen it only, but I don't think your teammates come back in this game, unlike 64 and also the remake. Okay, there I'm hitting Sleepy, not sure even how. And by the way, notice these asteroids with the faces. Really weird also. So also considering that, not surprising then that you get sent also to such a weird alternative exit, alternative stage. Okay, let's be careful here. Okay. Hopefully we can get to the boss soon enough. Also consider that here we are getting hit way too much. Okay, no, let's avoid this, please. Okay, now is time, boss time. I thought that would be the case. Although, unfortunately, yeah, it's the battleship that deflects hits. Yeah, notice this rotation. And yeah, here mentions again to use the roll. But yeah, the weak point is the glowing parts under this rotating part here. Oh boy, yeah, you have to be careful about these missiles though. Yeah, while it's rotating, notice that yeah, its setup doesn't work. Okay, where there's also this part that traps you. Yeah, now we get to see. Yeah, that's if you get stuck by that, that kind of looks like a net. Then yeah, it tries to bring closer to it to then hit you. You have to use the rolling here to avoid it. Yeah, notice that, yeah. That is straight up changes there. Okay, destroyed also that part. Let's try to destroy it. Okay, too late for that. Okay, let's be careful here not to get hit by stuff. Let's try to survive. Okay, perfect. This one also is gone. Okay, we have 2 left with a little health. Let's say yeah, because yeah, there wasn't much health bar left, so yeah, I thought that it would take longer. But yeah, oh boy, yeah, let's not get mixed. But yeah, we've destroyed that. Oh boy. Okay, there's also... I'll actually show it that, yeah, you can get hit by that again. Like I think was the case also for the other boss in stage 2. So yeah, funny enough, they shared that aspect if I remember correctly. But yeah, here I don't think they're saying anything in particular. I guess so. We did it. Okay, our teammates are actually doing relatively well. We, on the other hand, weren't, but we should go back to full health at the start of the next stage. And yeah, with this we can save our state. Yeah, no thank you that again. So yeah, we'll save our here. So yeah, to then continue next time, level 3, properly this time. Yeah, so with that, we can close the game. And yeah, so today we have continued Star Fox. We started level 3 and technically finished it by getting the alternative ending. Clearly a bad ending, actually, with the alternative route. So pretty funny in more senses than one. But then also continued stage 2 properly and finished it properly. So yeah, next time, which should be on Wednesday as usual. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything in particular, so we should go back to the usual schedule. We'll continue level 3. I'm not sure if we'll be able to finish it next time, in case we'll have a second episode. But yeah, we'll see. Of course, in between we have on Sunday the usual game, mostly just for fun. I'm thinking more Mario Kart World, considering the update, and also because it's the first game we played on this channel, so also in occasion of the anniversary of the channel, because yeah, we started it at the end of June last year, so yeah, first anniversary. But you see it again when for sure when I open that stream. On Monday, as Ben says, we'll continue our other Let's Learn Japanese with series Pokemon Fire Red. You can see it next to the Super Famicom app, Nintendo Classics. But yeah, so Star Fox on Wednesday. We might finish the game. I have some doubts. And so start up the series this time. If not, the time in 2 episodes at this point should be at most. But yeah, see you next time.